Hi, we are with Akil from Jurassic 5 before they go on stage tonight at 2017 Britt Fest.
Yeah, man. So we here. I'm here. We live.
So we're talking with Akil to get a better idea of the story of their music, and we're going to start with what does it take to become a master of ceremonies?
Ooh. Moving the crowd, being attentive of your audience and stuff, being in tune and being able to not only capture their attention but to hold their attention, and that's what an MC does and stuff. He's the master of the ceremony because he's able to capture your attention and hold it there, and then he can get the next group off and then be that host and stuff and transition you to. So as an MC and stuff, we pride ourselves in being able to not only capture your attention but hold your attention as well and stuff. So that's what it takes.
We're holding your attention.
Exactly. Hopefully, right?
What can you tell us about Jurassic 5 music specifically to people who are just discovering it for the first time, and the throwback style that you guys have kind of embodied, and what that means about like the history of music and hip hop?
Well, I guess if y'all familiar out there with the Get Down and stuff, if you've seen the Get Down and stuff on Netflix and stuff, that's what J5 do in a nutshell and stuff. So it's cool that you have something like the Get Down that came out where we can have this reference of what we do actually and stuff. For older people, that understand that style of hip hop and stuff, because you got your different phases and styles, so we come from that era of seeing groups, whereas right now it's like me. Everybody's a solo artist and stuff, but we come from the time when it was more groups getting together and stuff, so we grew up off of the Cold Crush Brothers and the Treacherous 3, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5. So we're used to seeing more all these groups and doing these harmonies and stuff. So we, as Jurassic 5, embody that style. But that was like from the late 70s, early 80s type of style and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So we brought that back in, back from 90, about 95, 90,
97,
around that time and stuff, We introduced that back into mainstream and stuff because it got so far away that nobody didn't even remember that it exists anymore. So it was almost just like how Jurassic Park is and stuff, where they brought a myth back into today's time and stuff. So this is exactly what Jurassic 5 do. We brought what people think is a myth or, this old school flavor. Like we always hear to talk about the old school, but you can't put your hand on exactly what it is and stuff. So Jurassic 5 brought that out, and now you got basically people shows like Get Down, and that's showing you this throwback and showing you how this got created or whatnot and stuff. So that would be the best way.
So watch the Get Down on Netflix.
Exactly. You will see J5 style.
So that brings us to our next question. How would you say that Hamilton, the Broadway musical, do you think it embodies any of this like harmonizing group style aesthetic, just by nature of how many people are involved in the artistry that they've
I would just say it embodies hip hop and stuff, and so hip hop is like a tree, right? So on this tree you got different branches and stuff, right? That break off into other branches, that break off into other branches, that break off into other branches. So some of these branches produce fruit, some is sweet, some is sour and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So amongst these branches you got leaves, still all these things make up the tree and stuff. So somebody like with Hamilton and stuff, they're just part of the tree and have different elements that represent the tree and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So it's in full blossom because they're producing a fruit that's sweet, that the people, it's palatable to their tongue and stuff. So they get it because it's the organic style of it and stuff, and that's what hip hop is and stuff. And the majority of people love the organic flavor. They don't know what it is they like about it, but they love that, the organic aesthetic and stuff. So a Broadway play such as Hamilton, it's like you don't get no more organic than that and stuff, and it being able to be displayed on a theatrical stage or whatnot and stuff. So you have a lot of these battle rappers right now and stuff too, and the way they battle rap now and stuff, they you back in the days they used to just rap over a beat and stuff. So I would be challenging you, going against you off of a beat and stuff. You say your rap, I say my rap. Nowadays and stuff, they have where these battles and stuff is more a cappella, right? But they become like more monologues. So it's what you're talking about, Broadway plays and stuff like that and stuff. So in hip hop, we embody the monologue as well.
So in 2015, you had some really nice words that you shared about Kendrick Lamar's place in music at that time, about his superstardom and how even at the top he was pushing creative, positive messages. Seeing how things have evolved from then and his growing appeal, it seems like he's doing a lot of this organic fruit making that we're talking about here. And do you have anything else you'd like to say about his impact or significance on what you guys do in the world that you're part of?
Yeah, just to add on and stuff, like I think he's very significant and stuff, just add on to what I said in 2015, because I already seen this just for myself and stuff, already being a fan of his even prior to him coming out to the world. I already knew about him and I knew it was something special about him and stuff, and I had a chance to meet him in Japan, and his spirit and his energy, which is A100 and stuff. So everything that he's been doing since then has done nothing but elevate the culture and elevate this thing called hip hop and what we do and stuff. He actually embodies what we've been trying to do for years and stuff, whereas you get famous without having to compromise. So he haven't compromised or capitulated, what he's doing and stuff, he's still who he is, regardless of what style how he exemplifies it and stuff, I think he's the poster boy for, this age and stuff, and such as a person like Chance the Rapper and stuff, no record label, and you winning Grammys and stuff. Who does that? You know what I'm saying? Hip hoppers do that.
Yeah.
That's what hip hop is. It's always been about the entrepreneurial spirit. You know what I'm saying? When hip hop was first brought to the forefront of the commercial world and stuff, people said it was a fad. They didn't like hip hop like how they like how hip hop is in everything now. Even rock is hip hop, pop is hip hop, everything is hip hop right now. Whereas I grew up at a time when it wasn't that. When people said, "Oh, that stuff ain't gonna last long." I remember when that was the thing. It's a fad. It's gonna go away. It's just some talk rap, just some talk music and stuff, and it's gonna go away. And they're not doing real music, and you're rapping over somebody else's song. How can you make a record rapping over somebody else's song? All these different things and stuff. But then when you watched it, just blossom. I kind of got lost what the hell I was just saying. But anyway.
Well, thank you for sharing.
But I got what I was saying as far as Kendrick Lamar and just the culture of hip hop and where it's at now and where it came from and stuff. So big up people like him, like I said, Chance the Rapper. You got Nipsey Hussle and stuff from LA and stuff. He's a great entrepreneur and thinker and stuff. So I love these youngsters that are progressively thinking.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much, Alexis.
That is our interview with Akil, and they will be going on at 8:30. Is that right?
Yeah, 8:30. 8:30.
So
I think. No, yeah.
Don't hold us up.
8:30.
But you will see them later tonight if you're at the show.
Yeah.
Have a great evening.
Come holler at me. All right.